So now in this question, so we are moving with the question number 17. So in here, let's grab our information. They say the angle is important information. They're talking about this angle, and also the box of mass is 5.0 kilograms, and it slides down the track from the rest, and the friction acting on the object is negligible. So when they say the friction is negligible, we can entirely avoid the friction force. And calculate the velocity of the box when it is moved 2.5 millimeters along the track. Okay, so what they're going to say is they're going to say, okay, it has moved. So if I show the informations, imagine, let me draw the figure here. If this is angle is 22, imagine this was at this distance before, because I'm marking it as a point so that it will be make our life easy. If the object is at this, now it has moved to this position, which is coming 2.5 meters. So this is the distance that they have moved. I'll write it in the other side, which is here to here. It's going to be 2.5 meters. Okay, so once we have it, we can see we can make up our own triangle here. In this own triangle with the 90, this will also be 22. These are the values. So now with this, we know how far this has moved vertically. So for the vertical height, you will put h value there. So if I put h value for this particular one, the h answer is given. So okay, how does the h is taken? So we know h we can easily know, we know the angle, we know the hypotenuse, and this is the opposite. So we can use sine 22 equals h divided by 2.5. So our h gonna be 2.5 times it by sine 22. So this will give us the h distance, which is 0.937 meters. So the reason why we are taking the h distance, that means which the object was came vertically down, is that will give us the vertical height dropped. So what does this mean is, so if I, instead of p, if I write it verbally, it's going to be vertical height dropped. So once we know the vertical height it got dropped, that will help us to see the loss in GPE. Loss in GPE. So we know it's gonna be mgh, which is the change. So we know the m is gonna be 5 kilograms, g is gonna be 9.81 ms minus 2, and the h, which is this value, is gonna be 0.937 meters. Now we know the vertical value, which is gonna be 45.97 joule. Okay, since the friction is negligible, so all the potential energy it had, that means what is the potential energy lost is the energy gained as kinetic energy. So we know, according to the energy conservation law, Ke gained, so if I write Ke gained would be the Ke gained will be the GPE lost. We can write it. So we know the kinetic energy can be taken as half mv squared, which is our 45.97. So in here, if we subject the v, it's going to be 45.97 45.97 times it by 2 divided by the mass, which is 5. And then what we're going to do is we're going to take the square root of it, because when you subtract ones you're going to get. So V is going to be, the answer is, it's going to 18.39. So that is our velocity. So this is how we can take our final answer. So in that way it will make our calculation easy. So what is the theory we used here is the energy conservation law. Whatever the GPE lost will be the A gained. So we got our final answer. Thank you. Now question number B section. Here the first one is entirely, let's see, it doesn't depend most of our work. This is entirely completed. In the B section, the box is now placed in a different track in the factory. Okay, now it's in a different track. So always we have to check whether it's the same track or the different track. So since it's a different track, there's a chance the acceleration might be there. So it's just can be anything. And the most important thing is it's a 6-marker question. Sketch graph shows how the displacement of the box varies with the time. So we know the displacement and the time graph is one which we have. Okay. As the very first thing, what you should say is this graph has like slightly changing gradient and everything like that. So let's write our small points that we know, which will grab up our full 6-marker. Very first thing that we will show is, okay, this is, always think about 6 markers. You might know these things, but you better explain it. That's what they're gonna do. So the very first thing, the gradient. I'm gonna say about the gradient. The gradient of about, we would say, displacement time graph would give us the velocity. So why we are saying that is, we can see from the time t to 0, this one, the gradient is constant. And they're talking about, in this answer, you have to make not just velocity, you have to always talk about the acceleration as well. Okay, in the same point, so from 0 seconds to 10 seconds, I'm not writing the grammatical answer, so I'll write the points. From 0 to 10 seconds, what we show is the gradient is constant. So what does that mean is velocity constant. If the velocity is constant, that means there is no change in velocity. So we would say acceleration is 0. So now we have entirely brought everything required for 0 to 10 time frame. But now let's see from 10 to 20 time frame. In 10 to 20 time frame, so gradient would be this line. So in this way, you can see the gradient, the tangent. So at some point, it's going to be gradient is decreasing. And at the right at 20, we can see the gradient is exactly 0. So we can say velocity is going to be, at that time, it will become 0 as well. So let's come back this part. That's the second point. Second point we have. from 10 seconds to 20 seconds, what we say is gradient decreases. Okay, the gradient decreases, that means velocity decreases and the acceleration. Actually, in this phrase, if the velocity is decreasing, we have a proper word which is box decelerates. We could say our, words properly. So this is going to be quite easy. And also one more point is at time equals 0, when the time is exactly 0, when t equals 20 seconds, velocity is 0, because gradient is 0. We have the reason to. Now, is at the end? No, it's not. Because this graph has a little bit more as well. If I just clean this mess, if we properly see, there's a range after 20 seconds as well. So if it is after 20 seconds, you can see the displacement reduces back. So displacement is going to come back. So that means he's moving in the opposite direction. So we can write it, because even if we get the gradient is going to be like negative now. Okay. Let's say that after 20 seconds, gradient becomes negative. That's how you say it. It becomes negative. Not just negative, so that means box moving to the opposite direction now. So this is how you say it. So which we gonna get, like, opposite direction. So which is, it comes backwards. That would do everything required in the 6 marks. So if I tell you point by points, the blue description has like a 2 marks, and this is a 1 more mark, the red one is a 1 more mark, and the last one is like give you another 1 marks, and then the all combination of that chain of all 6 points will give you all the marks. So this is how it is done. So if I quickly grab the entire 17 question, the first one was energy conservation laws. The next one was explanation of a graph. Thank you.